Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and we're going to talk about the 1983 Dungeons & Dragons Saturday morning cartoon. We're going to talk about Gary Gygax, and we're going to talk about storytelling that spans multiple mediums and spans multiple products, and is really, truly unprecedented anywhere on any product in the world. So I've been talking about this for literally like 3-4 years now, that Dungeons & Dragons has a model of storytelling that is simply unmatched, especially when it comes to product and merchandise, right? And so one of the things, so let's talk, so what are we talking about here? Let's get it out. Okay, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves just released a 3-minute clip. Actually, we're going to round it up, 4-minute clip, right? And it is the Forgotten Realms Maze Arena fight, okay, with Forge Fitch-Williams, and then the entire body of all the heroes, okay? So Doric, Zenkyendar, Simon Aumer, direct descendant of Elminster. Wow. I'm getting so hyped for this movie. Are you getting hyped for this movie? I'm getting so hyped for this movie. I'm so excited for this movie. It is just, count it all joy, brothers and sisters of the isocohedron. We are getting close, man. I'm really getting hyped. Like, this is very exciting. And I have to say, I'm getting hyped too. I'm sorry I'm having a hard time. I'm just throwing all this stuff in. Strong reviews are starting to come out, right? And it is at South by Southwest. It is extremely exciting. This is extremely exciting. I am so hyped for this thing. So this 4-minute trailer dropped, right? And so we see so Simon Aumer, Edgin Darvis, right? And is that everybody? Did I put in it? Yeah. Holga Kilgore, right? And okay, they're there. We see them. We see Forge Fitch-Williams. We see every single one of that hat. Honor Among Thieves heroes. Okay, I'm just going to refer to them as the hat theories and the hat heroes. So we see the hat heroes, okay? But then we see the 1983 Dungeons & Dragons Saturday morning cartoon heroes. Every single one, okay? We see Presto the Magician. We see Eric the Cavalier. We see Hank the Ranger. We see Sheila the Thief. We see Diana the Acrobat, right? This is a big deal. Why? And Bobbie the Barbarian. Bobbie Barbarian. Wow, this is huge. Why is this incredibly exciting? Because there has been a story that is being told over decades, across products, across media, okay? So what is the story of the 1983 Dungeons & Dragons Saturday morning cartoon that's told? 3 seasons, right? And what is the story that is told? These actual, real, and here's the kicker, right? Dungeons & Dragons is so outrageously complicated that even the people who are deeply invested in it and deeply connected to it do not understand what is in front of them, right? Chris Pine, brilliant man. I'm really excited about him getting in here, but he just said there's no meta in this movie. That is wrong. The movie has meta. You have to understand this, okay? This is why you listen to Scott Garibay every day, right? Because I catch things that others don't, right? And so where do we land, all right? Listen carefully. There is meta in D&D Honor Among Thieves. Where is it? There are Dungeons & Dragons players in the film. Where are they from? The 1983 Saturday morning cartoons are cartoon characters are not, they're not like Edgin Darvis. They're not like Holga Kilgore. They're not Forgotten Realms Denetists. They are natives of Earth. They are Dungeons & Dragons players who were brought into the realm of Dungeons & Dragons. They went from the realm of Dungeons & Dragons, which is not Forgotten Realms, to the Forgotten Realms and are in the arena. They are in the arena. Body type, hair, all of the, like, They're even aged exactly as they should be aged. It is astounding. So there's been tons of reports that there's no meta in this. This is shockingly unclear, completely wrong. There is meta, okay? And so that's what you need to understand. There are Dungeons & Dragons players in Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. Those players are the players who came from Earth, were trapped on a magical roller coaster, and brought into the realm of Dungeons & Dragons, okay? And then they went to Dungeons & Dragons, and then they went from the realm of Dungeons & Dragons to the Forgotten Realms. Do you follow this? Do you understand this? So Chris Pines has been openly saying there's no meta in this film. That's wrong. There is meta in this film. Okay? Did you guys catch it? Right? That's massive, right? And the actors that they hired very legitimately do not understand that the film is extremely meta. And the only people who are going to realize it's meta are people who have been with Dungeons & Dragons since 1983. Right? You see what I'm saying? It's got the content for the muggles, and it's got the content for you and me. The people who look at Dungeons & Dragons in ways that nobody else looks at Dungeons & Dragons. And that's what this channel is for, right? It's for people who do not stop thinking. They keep thinking, right? There is meta in D&D Honor Among Thieves. There are D&D players in Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, and nobody caught it. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. And so, look at the story. 1983, Saturday morning cartoon. 3 seasons. D&D players trapped in the realm of Dungeons & Dragons, okay? They never escape. That is canon. That is in the Saturday morning cartoon. And you're like, oh, well, Scott, is the Saturday morning cartoons canon to Dungeons & Dragons? Warduke is printed in 5th edition. Okay, like, yes, it's canon, right? Like, you know, Ringle Run, like, it's, yes, absolutely, right? Yeah, Catch Up, Strongheart, all of them, right? So, and you could find lots of videos on all this content here, right? Like, so, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Right, so, yes, you know, so the Saturday morning cartoon is canon in Dungeons & Dragons, right? So they're trapped, right? Then, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, just to make sure that you were ready for the film, showed you, okay, in Dragonrun's Stormwreck Isle, that Eric the Cavalier, Diana the Acrobat, Presto the Magician, and Hank the Ranger were all alive in Dragonlance Stormwreck Isle. That was confirmed in Dragonlance Stormwreck Isle. You get to see all those characters. They're all in the art. They're all right there. And I have a lot of content. I have an entire playlist of content on, just check my playlist list. You'll see it there. And huge playlist on Stormwreck Isle, right? Dragons of Stormwreck Isle. Oh man, I'm so excited. All right, so we didn't know if Bobbie and Sheila were alive. Okay, we now know that. What do we not know? We don't know if Uni has survived, and we don't know if Dungeon Master is still alive. So those are the only characters that we do not know the fates of, right? But this is absolutely astounding, and tell me if I'm wrong. I think I'm the first to break it. I'm the first to break. In my humble opinion, it's extremely clear that every single person that said this movie did not contain meta was wrong. There are literally Earthbound D&D players walking in Forgotten Realms in this movie. That's a Scott Garibay first. Have you heard that anywhere else? I don't think you have. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's really important is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.